right into the live, you guys. This is and this model Emily for DeJoya, I think. Yeah, Emily DiDonato. Okay, you guys, let's get right into the live. I don't know why I'm in the mood to give you a couple of high notes. You guys, look at this. I think the most beautiful videos. So you guys. So you guys, okay, we're going to talk today about a few different things. I know we've been getting a little bit more comfortable with each other. By the way, this chicken sandwich said, "I love you." And I might see some of your other comments in a recent live, and I didn't even get to say thank you. Sometimes we're on another screen. And so if you guys make a comment in the live, I might mention you in another live. So Miss Chicken Sandwich, thank you for saying I love you too. And I might mention a couple of you others today. So you guys, today we are going to be jumping around to a few different topics. You know, on this channel, we often ask the question, are you depressed? We talk about ways to be happier. We talk about natural and organic foods. We've even, might dabble in a couple of comedic videos or topics, but it's basically just how to live a happier life, in many ways. So we want to look at some of the things that are going on, but from our perspective, and just kind of, you can relax and just, it's kind of nice to have a community to go around and talk with people. By the way, you guys, now, a lot of you might be stunned. You might come to the channel and you might see one view, two views, 3 people are streaming. We are really followed by celebrities and leaders. So whereas for others, you might see thousands, you might see millions. We are really the thousands and the millions that the celebrities and people in the public eye are getting ready to get in front of. So they come to us to rejuvenate, to get ideas, or just to relax, to rest, celebrities and people in the public eye who sometimes come to our lives or sometimes, often watch our videos in a nameless way. You don't know that it's them watching, but we're so grateful that we have, leaders and celebrities. So some people will swoop in and swoop out, but if you're somebody who's going to be a future celebrity, or if you're, a leader of 3 million, you could be a leader of 3. It's not the number that's important, but it's wanting to have an impact. Watch our videos to the end. It's just something they can us. But we're so grateful to have been endorsed by like StevenT, Annalyn McCord, Alfre Woodard, Mary Lou Henner, followed by Kathy Ireland, Naomi Campbell, model Nikki Taylor. We've gotten likes from, supermodel Iman's cosmetics company, likes from people like Christy Turlington on our music. Like we're so grateful that people who are having a particular kind of impact. It's like the more we learn about them, the more we're grateful that we were able to make a connection. Like Kathy Ireland, if you see some of the things that she does on a philanthropic level, and that she follows us, it means so much. Alfre Woodard, if you know a lot about her substance and who she is, and if you've read about her process in deciding what she wants to do in terms of a role or things that she gets involved with, when we read about that, after having met her, it was impactful. So we're amazed. And to be followed by people like Naomi Campbell and, and MC Hammer and Corin Emick, people that we view of being of such substance and leaders who are not worried about what other people are doing. So if you came to this live and you're like, wow, it's 0 people that are that are streaming, trust me, The people that stay with us, the people that watch our lives, the people that watch our videos, the celebrities that endorse us, it's a particular group of people. So it's very, whereas others are thousands, millions, ours are very select for the, for the people who will come and listen to our lives. Person streaming, you might be, but when they come in, it's often like a world leader, and when I say world leader, I mean somebody who's impactful on a world level. Doesn't mean necessarily to be in government. Although we have had follows from those who have advised those who are related to those in the White House, even at that level. So it's just amazing what is happening, and we're so grateful for the caliber of those who are interested in what we're doing. Let's jump right into let's look around. Let's see what's happening here. Now, if you had some interesting stories, and let's go here to some of the things that we wanted to talk about. Let's start with this. This story. Now, this is talking about, let me get this to the side here. This is talking about Blake Lively and what's been happening. Hold on one moment.
Thursday, you're not covering.
And one of the things we want to say is, okay, this is just this video is fair use, what we're doing. This is just a 1976 fair use video. These are just critiques. These are just our opinions when we look and we respond to or react to other videos that we're watching. It's not professional advice, and make sure you're of age to watch the live. So we're just peeking in and what they're doing.
And of course, those.
So this is Emily D. Baker, and it says Blake Lively sues Justin Baldoni. Now, these are very delicate topics. So where, anything that's said, anything that's alleged is coming from the content creator. We are just, listening to or reacting to or giving a critique of. But their opinions are their own opinions.
Dates or days may change depending on live court hearings, which is why you need the Lawnerd app at lawnerd.com, so I can keep you on the. This week, we are live yesterday for Karen Reed. We are live today going over the trilogy that is It Ends with Litigation. And tomorrow we are off because we have to do all the things we would do on Friday, because Friday we will be covering.
All right, we're going to take just a snippet into this. Let's go deeper into this for a second.
I am so glad you think so, Katharina said. This lawsuit might be more interesting than Blake's complaint or Baldoni's libel suit.
All right, now that's what we wanted to talk about. When things come out in the press, you don't know what has happened. You don't know. It takes so much time for information to become clear. So that's really what we wanted to say about this, is that it's better to wait and let information come out before you form an opinion, before lay information, because in the Blake Lively case, we don't know what's happened. And I wanted to bring this back, because sometimes we talk about what's happening, in pop culture. Sometimes we talk about what's happening in the public eye, but it's really to bring it back to more personal issues, more, I think, substantive discussions, okay? And the broader issue here is that when people come out, they say, oh, in certain cases, and this has nothing to do with Emily Baker, we were just implementing the video to get into this discussion. You can go over to her video to see what she's saying. But you hear people say, oh, this person said this person did that. Believe this group of people. Don't, oh, this is why we don't believe this group of people. When those are all prejudiced perspectives. Because if you would just allow revealed and listen to human beings, not saying of this particular group, they should always be, seen this way. Oh, this is why we don't believe that. Rather than making those prejudiced pronouncements, why not look at what's happening? Look at the issue at hand. Wait till facts are revealed. Times, and again, this has nothing to do with Emily D. Baker. We don't know what her thoughts are on this. This is a general statement that I'm with all these different cases to be revealed. And when you see some content creators talking about their perspectives, many times, again, this has nothing to do with Emily. She looks like a very smart woman, and I don't know what her opinion is on this. Many times, and this is a general statement, you will see the content creators' perspective, their life experience, and how that bleeds into their opinion and whose side they take, giving. Why don't we wait until facts come out before we make pronouncements about what's happened, before we say this group should be believed, this is why, we don't believe such people when they speak. You might say that about a particular group, but you wouldn't say that about people of your own that you identify with, that somebody else should not speak because somebody that you deem not to be of your group made something that turns out to be, made statements that were later questioned. So let's give each human being a chance as a human being. Let's go on to, we're just going to jump around to different topics, you guys. Let's go on to something, the Los Angeles fires. Don't know about this in depth, but what's being said.
Y'all, Timo done did it again. This is a super cool compact vanity. And it look like way more storage than the regular vanities.
Fashion, so pop culture videos every single day. I first of all just wanted to give you guys a big thank you for checking in on me. It has been crazy the past hours here in Los Angeles due to the wildfires. I have to say, this is orange from the sky. It literally is. The sun is completely orange right now. I wanted to give you guys an update and just talk to you guys about some of the celebrities that have lost their homes and all of the, the things. Yesterday, for some reason, I didn't throughout the day, I heard about the fires, of course, but it seemed like from one second to another, it just got horrible, because there's fires here quite often, because with the dry season, there's fires, the winds. So but when I first heard about it, it was like a smaller fire, right? And it hadn't affected anyone's homes or anything. So, I was like, whatever. And then, I worked, and when I work, I kind of disconnect myself, the editing and this and that. And then I started seeing some comments about hey, are you okay? And I'm like, am I okay about what? And then I saw.
Wow, you guys. So he's giving updates on the Los Angeles wildfire. You can go and learn more. We are, again, want to talk about this on a larger level. Whatever you have in your life, just be grateful for it. These things remind you not to take anything for granted. And sometimes you look at other people's lives and you see what wonderful things, but they're still dealing with challenges. They're still dealing with difficulties. And we should always have compassion for everybody and always be grateful for what you have. If you can, because we often ask on this channel, are you depressed? If you can, try in a day to just sit and think of 3 things that you're really grateful for. Whether it's the place that you live, or if you're having housing insecurity, the fact that you're alive and breathing and in a position to go look for a place, for the people in your life, for example, all the friends in your life, your family. If your friendship group is changing, be grateful for the experiences of friends that you had and for your still your bloodline with you. And then if your friendship group is changing, be grateful for the experiences that you had and for the new people that you will meet. I don't think it's a good idea to harbor anger over those that, if you disconnected or if you go in different directions than your friends. You hear people saying that sometimes people are in your life for a season, and sometimes those friendships are for a season. You don't really know, so you just appreciate the friends that you have. But also, if that friendship dynamic is changing, if your life is changing and those friends if you go in a different direction, still be grateful and loving towards those friends that you have. That is evidence that you really did love in the first place. Because if you stop being friends with somebody and then you wish ill on them, or you're unkind to them, or you try to do negative things to their name, that really says, in my opinion, that you didn't love them in the first place, because that love is not there just when things are good. If you really ever love them, even if you go in different directions, you still help them, you still do that. Hearing, and I'm paraphrasing, this is I heard from Inyan Lambansan. I believe she said that she had to learn to love her ex's newfound person, because if she truly loved him, and again, I'm paraphrasing, she had to learn to love who he was now loving. And I don't mean in a romantic sense. When I talk about love today, I'm talking about agape love, and you can look that up, EGAPE, agape love. I thought that was really amazing that she said she had to learn to love even the new person in his life, because that was a way of showing love to him, somebody that she was once close to. So, so we wish all of the people that are dealing with those the best, and anyone else, we wish you the best for each other. And even once life is idealized, remember they have challenges too, and let's try to be kind to each other. So let's look at some of these other stories. This is something that I also, here's something interesting.
Google AI helps you find your best customers by optimizing your campaigns in real time.
Y'all!
Okay, you guys, this video says, I made $9,329.33 in 1 month on YouTube. Okay. So you guys, it's so interesting to listen to these different stories. Let's listen to a little bit of what she has to say.
Seriously? Oh my gosh, y'all. I am so happy to do this video because I want to inspire so many of y'all to believe in your YouTube channel. Let me tell you some stuff. I hope it doesn't hurt any feelings. I hope that you learned something from this video, but most importantly, my dream came true, and I had 3 videos go viral on YouTube in the past 3 months. This one, and this one. I did not know this was going to happen. I just show up, y'all. But let me tell you this one thing that I learned. This one thing, oh my God, y'all. It is
You guys, she's about to tell us what she learned. So everybody come close. Let's see what she has to say. And then I want to tell you something too.
Mental change. It is a mental change that is going to take you to here, to I'm so happy because I figured this out, and I figured it's not work hard. It's not well, it is part of work hard, but it's more of your mind and how you think and how you react and how you approach situations and how you approach things in your mind and in your life. Y'all, I know a lot of y'all, to try to cope with the fact that you're not where you want to be, you will tell yourself, I don't care about being monetized. I don't care about a raise. I don't care about money. I don't care about, and the biggest thing is people say I don't care about money. Y'all, I changed all of that. I started showing up more and posting more daily because I started caring about those things. I started caring about those things. Let me tell you something. Stop saying you don't care about those things, because when you tell yourself, I don't care about being monetized, I don't care about making money, I don't care if anybody likes me, I don't care what people think about me. When you start saying those things, you kind of repel success. But when you start saying, I want to be monetized, I want to make a lot of money, I want a lot of people to love me, I want them to see me, I want to be recognized, I want to be loved, I want it, I want it, I want it. And when you tell yourself you want it, when you say you want it, you stop repelling it. And it starts coming to you. All the love you want, all the success you want, all the people you want to love you, the money, the monetization, the growth, and it starts coming to you when you start saying, I do want it. Even if you feel desperate, you want it. You want it. And so I said one day, I do want it. And then I started seeing people, and I started seeing people in my timeline that had it. And I was doing DoorDash so many hours in a day, 14 hours in a day for the past 2 years. I've been full-time doing food delivery. And one day, and I started my channel 5 years ago, y'all.
Wow, what do you guys think about that? She's had so much tenacity.
Help.
And stuck to it. What do you think about that? Write in the chat what your thoughts are. Sometimes we're going to mention you or your comments in another live. We mentioned Miss Chicken Sandwich today, who said, I love you, in a recent live. And so you guys, I think Elizabeth also commented on a recent live. So yeah, leave your comments as well. And we might mention you in a future live or in a video. Let's hear what else she has to say.
People, I was in that mode of.
What are your thoughts on it? By the way, that's what I want to know. What's your input on what she's saying? Is it impactful to you? Is it encouraging to you? Do you agree?
Feeling, I was an entrepreneur. I was failing. People weren't buying my product because I was a rebel. I was a rebel. And I was just like one of those people, I'm not changing how I look to sell more of my product. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. And I failed. A lot of times we got to be honest with ourselves. We fail because we don't want to do the things that make us win. We don't want to give in. We don't want to give them the satisfaction. But sometimes you got to do the things that make you win. We live in a world with people who are only attracted to this and only attracted and want you to say the right things and do the right things and be this person and be that person. Sometimes in order to win, you have to let go of your pride and your ego and the fact that you will punch somebody in the face if they say something wrong to you. And you have, and the fact that you go back and forth in the comments with people, you have to stop that if you want to be successful. You have to learn to see people through God's eyes and not through the red eyes that you get when somebody tries to come at you the wrong way. So you have to control those things, and you have to say, you know what? Thank you so much. If somebody comments something rude, thank you. Or just remove them from the channel. And I had to learn those things.
So remove them from the channel. You guys, give a thumbs up. It helps us, and it's wonderful. It'll make you feel good too. Give a thumbs up to the video.
In order to win. And so I said, you know what? I started this YouTube channel and I started helping people with their food delivery and how to make money. I was making $300 a day, $250 a day, but I learned that it was because I was showing up, and I developed this work ethic in me. And you know what also I developed? When I would deliver orders to certain restaurants, when I would pick up orders, I would notice the employees would kind of get an attitude. And a couple times I I got an attitude back. And a couple times we was about to go for blows. But something said, you know what? Don't do that. Because you're going to have to come to this restaurant again. Listen to what I'm saying. This is going to help somebody. This is why I was able to be so much more. You start with posting videos. It starts with your attitude. Develops your altitude. So hear me out. I'm going somewhere with this. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a teacher, but I'm a teacher. I'm going somewhere with this. So I would show up to the restaurants, and the food wouldn't be ready, and I would be standing there for 5-10 minutes, and they would not say anything to me. And I would get an attitude like, don't you see me here? Where is the food? And they would see me coming in, and I'd notice if I had an attitude, they wouldn't want to help me. So I said to myself, let me change my attitude. Let me change how I approach. Let me change how I show up. And I started being nice and laughing and waiting and being patient and not having an attitude. Still saying, hey, I'm here, just so you know. But I'm not going to get an attitude because I don't want no problems. I'm going to see you every day. I don't want to develop any type of animosity because then that tears down my reputation. So I started showing up with a good attitude, and y'all, they were nice to me. After a while, they started helping me before everybody else. And I just developed this reputation that I was a cool door dasher, you know, and they started saying, I can't wait to see your face. I can't wait to see you. And what that did was on my YouTube, I don't know if y'all hear me, that changed how I showed up in my videos. And then I started teaching people ways to get your order faster. Have a good attitude. Be patient. But let them know you're here. You know, I'm here. You see my face. And then I started wearing a DoorDash shirt. And I started letting people know I don't have to say anything. I have the DoorDash shirt on. Right now I got Mickey Mouse because I went to Disney World for the first time because of that $9,000 check. Hear me. Hear me. I'm not bragging. I just want you to know you can have it too. Matter of fact, somebody said I don't like her revenue updates because she be bragging. No, baby, no, I know it's for you too. See, y'all follow these gurus who tell you to do this and do that, and you do it and you still don't get there. I'm telling you how hard you gotta work to get there. So,
you guys, this is such interesting information, and that's part of actually I wanted to talk about. When you are not there yet, it can be so discouraging. And I can totally understand, you know, I used to be more like when people were jealous or somebody else, or it would be so cringe. I guess people use that word a lot today. When I would see someone, their open displays of jealousy, and I would be so embarrassed wearing their jealousy so blatantly, you know. But now I understand more when you are trying to get there. See, when you're a kid, you have everything in front of you. And you're like, oh, wow, somebody else has something. Okay, well, I'm going to have that soon, too. So, I mean, there's really no reason to be jealous. But as time goes on and you see some of the responsibilities in life, it can be easy to be, or easier to be jealous if you don't have the right mindset. Or to just, you know, you see somebody's big numbers and it seems so far from where you are, and you just don't want to hear it because, you know, you're just so far from it. But she's right, and I notice that whenever you have that joy for somebody else, genuinely, and it's almost like a child, I couldn't help but light up. And it was almost like reverse, where you were just somebody who was happy and enjoying something. And it's not that kind of, you know, when you hear adults say like, well, good for you. Good for you. And you know, that kind of good for you, there's something to me, in my opinion, that just feels insincere about good for you. I don't know why. Maybe you guys can tell me in the chat if you agree or disagree. I think that's always genuine. But I never heard an 8-year-old say, well, good for you. 8-year-olds will just be like, oh yeah, you know, and they'll just be like, it's just, it's like, so when you have that childlike reaction of almost like you are that person for a second, they get something great, you get something great. Like it's just you know, it's almost like when you see somebody you love cry and you instantly tears fall. You're not even conscious of it, but you love the person so much that it's like you are that person, you just start crying. It's the same, that childlike thing when you see somebody happy and you instantly feel that joy. I believe that's when your thing is going to show up. And I understand now how it can be harder as the challenges in your life, because you're like, well, is this going to happen for me? So it's like, well, good for you, you know. But when you really get that joy for that person, like, oh, you got a raise, oh, you found the person you were, the romantic person you were on that trip, oh, you got that dress and it looks great, feel it. I think that's when you're ready for it to happen for you. So don't forget. Let's watch a little bit more and then we're going to move on to another video. And then you can go back to Doe Dash. You can see and go back and see more of what she has to say. But tell me in the chat, give a thumbs up if you're agreeing with some of what I'm saying, or, put a 1 in the chat if you always feel happy for other people, or a 2 if you're struggling with jealousy. What are your thoughts on what she's opinion?
Gotta work to get there. So I started becoming one of their favorite dashers. And so I started making videos and sharing with everybody in the video. Hear me, don't go. I started sharing in the videos how I was making money, and it had nothing to do with how hard I was working. It was because of how I was building a reputation with the restaurant because of my good attitude.
Wow, you guys, it is amazing on a literal level, talking to people, and in other areas of your life. That attitude, I believe I believe, we're of faith here, and as a Christian, I believe that God watches your attitude. That's how I see it. And from the perspective that she's giving right now, people watch that attitude too, and it really impacts those interactions. But I believe that God decides when you're ready for the next step. So although it's so painful sometimes to keep that good attitude when it looks like there's nothing, for you in sight, it looks like you can't even see. But I do believe keep that good attitude. You'll be surprised by what shows up. You'll be amazed. So let's see what else is going on. And we're going to wrap up soon. So, let me know your thoughts. I might be able to catch a couple of, but let me see. This person says, this is from Eckhart Tolle, how to wake up from an unhappy life. This is interesting.
Narrative.
Okay, we were not expecting them to say that. If you're having any thoughts or anything negative, always consult a professional, or if you're anything serious, you call 911, or you consult a professional if you're having serious thoughts of harming yourself or harming anyone else. We weren't expecting him to say that. Let's see what else he has to say.
That tells that life. She lost, and you realize.
So you guys, that is, there you can go look at more of what he has to say. But, I personally, I'm Christian. And of course, Christians believe, we believe Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. You should always go to God for everything that you truly need. Somebody might, and everyone's going to have their own interpretation of what he's saying. Really profound and paraphrase. I think it's so is he. I believe the Bible says, and I believe those are Jesus's words, and I feel like he's touching on that, the idea that the thoughts that you have, how impactful they are. As a man thinketh, so is he. So if you keep saying all these negative things about yourself, if you keep ruminating on the negative experience you've had, if you keep thinking that people are against you, it's really important to be thinking about all day. What is in your head? Are you focusing on people who have hurt you? Are you focusing on negativity? Are you seeing certain, negative things more in your life that you talk about? Or are you talking about positive things and seeing more positive things in your life? And I think it's really important to think about. And I think so many society, and people are taught things that make them just focus on those difficult experiences, painful experiences. But this idea, what if you switch things? What if you got up tomorrow or later today, later this early morning, and said, I'm going to do things differently today. I'm going to go out and I'm going to think people to me, nice to me, generous to me. When I have interactions, I'm going to focus on the positive things that people say. I'm going to try to take a compliment just as a positive comment. Even if I would have, normally thought that it was backhand, let me try for today to just take it as a plain compliment that this person meant me well. And I'm going to go through this day and look for all the beautiful things. And rather than thinking about what I don't have, I'm going to focus on the great things that I have and welcome in more. I'm going to focus my mind on the wealthy life that I want and not keep talking about what I lack. I don't know, if you keep talking about what you lack and that's what you have, would it be so awful to try talking about wealth and prosperous things and the things you'd like to see? You've already tried talking about being broke all the time and you're still broke. So why not try to talk about the positive things and see? So you guys, I love you so much. We're gonna wrap things up shortly, but I'm so glad to share these thoughts and ideas with you. And you can see some of the stories that are going on. This is another story.
I was 29 years old when I left Nigeria to come to the US, and that's kind of scary. I didn't know nothing about credit. I couldn't do nothing. Meet friends.
And welcome
Now,
back.
this story about the View host, Sunny Hostin, who of course we definitely wish the best. The reason that I bring this story up, actually, I don't know anything about it. I don't know the facts of the case or anything, but I wanted to say generally, again, before you talk about something, let the facts and the information come out. Let the facts and the information come out. And certainly you don't want to say anything about, someone, you want to make sure that you're not, saying unfair or untrue things about people. I wish, her the best in this, in all that's going on. But I really believe that what's being reported, the negative things that are being reported now are not the things that will prevail. So please, in general, when you hear these stories, give time for the truth to come out, in everything. And I just, I wish the best for Sunny Hostin and for everything that's going on. And I believe that she and her family will prevail, and that's what we're looking forward to. Well, you guys, thank you so much for coming to the live. You know, we started with let me see if I can get back to this, this beautiful video. So let's end with it. You guys have been absolutely wonderful. This is Emily Di Donato, and this is Aqua di Gioia. I just think it's a beautiful commercial. But I want to remind you guys to just, look for the positive things. Maybe try what I was talking about, going out and just seeing things in a positive way and seeing if you have a different experience because you have a different perspective, because you go out. Even if you feel like you can't do it the whole day, try. It's early morning, here in the States, but wherever you are, try today, even if it's just for an hour. Imagine that you have the things you want in your life and you're happy and you have the money and you have the wealth, you have the relationships, and people like you and they interact well with you. Just try it, at least for an hour. See if it brings one good thing to you. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining us for the live. Make sure you give a thumbs up. Leave a comment, even when it becomes a video on demand, leave a comment, because I wanted to say, let me see if I can bring this up. I'm not sure that I can, but let me just see if I can. Hold on one second. Hopefully. Okay. Some of the nice commenters: Anita Burnett, Elizabeth, Natalie Flower, Miss Chicken Sandwich, I think it, yes, Miss Chicken Sandwich said, I love you in the last live. You guys, I appreciate you guys so much. Natalie Flower, Anita Burnett, Elizabeth, Miss Chicken Sandwich, if you guys are watching the replay. So leave a comment, give a thumbs up. We might mention you in a future live or mention your comment. We keep things really positive. But you guys are so wonderful. So glad that you came today. So glad that you were able to be a part of the live and that you shared this time with us. You guys are absolutely wonderful. Oh, go to modelpoetry.com. You'll see things there about the Finger Lakes, some of the beautiful people that are there. We might even post some of your comments on the website. You'll see some of the celebrities that have followed us, some of the celebrities like Doja Cat, and so many of the beautiful people who have been so kind to us. So love you guys so much. And we'll see you next time.